Okay, I think I'm streaming. I have some newish streamy things that I want to check out. Let's see if I can do anything with it. Okay, Okay, I want to see if I can hear music. Okay, I want to see if I can hear music. Okay, I want to see if I can hear music. Okay, I want to see this. Okay, is that? Okay, is my voice too loud? Okay, is that my voice not loud? Is my voice too music too loud? Okay, is that my voice not loud? Is my voice too music too loud? Okay, is that my voice? Oh wait, is it my voice too music? Oh god, okay, is that I need to stop? Oh wait, is it my voice too music? Oh god, okay, is that I need to stop? Oh wait, is it my voice too music? Oh god, okay, is that I need to stop? Oh wait, is it my voice too music? Oh god, okay, is that I need to stop? Oh wait, is it my voice too music? Oh god, I need to stop? Oh wait, is it my voice too music? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. It's repeating itself because I hear the thing in my own stream. Okay, I figured that out. Okay, that's the first thing. Let's see. Second thing. Okay, so yeah, don't listen to my own stream. But okay, just making sure that the audio came through. So that's good. Okay. Let me continue that music for a second. And I think it was too loud, so can I control? How's that sound? Alright. Man, I'm gonna have to test when people get here. Alright, okay, first things first. Okay, ambient music is going, and I'm talking, I'm streaming. Okay. That's to advertise. Okay. So here we go. Hopefully this will be nice and chill. Gets people relaxed. Importantly, don't listen to my own stream when this starts. The problem with having the music is that I don't feel any urgency to speak while the music is going, so I don't know if that's good or bad, but it also could be distracting while I'm doing tricks, so. Hey, T5 Truster, how's it going? How are you doing, Marcelo? I hope that that's okay. I mean, I'm not using any last names, so hopefully that doesn't give anything away, but how are you doing? I'm currently advertising my stream right now, so I go to like 32 or something Discord servers when I checked last, and then I tell people, hey, I am going to be streaming. And I'm not sure if we'll get that many people. I know a couple of people that's part of the community. There's one of the other streamers that we really like, so they might be over there. Which, it's a charity stream, so I totally understand. I think the normal schedule for that streamer is Saturday, but it was pushed back to today, so I was like, oh, well, I lurked in there for a little bit before hopping over to my own stream, but then I had to prep my own stream, but how are you doing, Trester? I'll just call you Trester for the rest of the stream. Yeah, it's okay, haha, I'm good. Alright, cool, thanks, Trester. Hey, welcome in, Obi-Wan. Hello, Crazy Asian. At last, I see your stream. Yes, welcome to my stream. So yeah, if we haven't met, hi, I'm Nam, also known as Crazy Asian with 3 N's, and I'm not a musician, I'm a magician, so I like to do sleight of hand card magic. So at the moment I'm actually just advertising. I don't have a stream starting soon, so you get to put up with my lovely face as I advertise and I talk and I chat. Hey, welcome in Gibson Lens. And thanks for shutting Obi-Wan out, which, by the way, Obi-Wan just started streaming last week, so if anybody wants to give Obi-Wan a follow. I like that you know how to pronounce my nickname correctly. Trester? Okay, great. I'm so glad that I pronounced your nickname correctly. Trester. I don't know how else you would pronounce it. Unless you are like a Terminator. T5! Oh, hold on. I haven't opened up the queue. Alright. Let's see. Obi-Wan says, by the way, I'm on holiday for 3 weeks. Technically, I could stream every day. Oh man, I'm on holiday for 2 weeks, and I won't be able to stream every day, so I'll be lucky if I can stream maybe once or 2 more times before the end of the holiday. But, yeah, so I didn't really have a plan for today. I just wanted to see. By the way, can you guys A, hear the music, and B, is it too loud? Because I wanted to check to see if that worked. See, Obi-Wan says, oh, but this morning I thought it's best to practice off-cam. Oh, yeah. I mean, when I perform my sleight of hand magic, I totally don't want to be practicing the magic for the first time on camera, because that'll potentially give away the secrets of magic. So yeah, we hear it's a little bit loud. Okay, we can hear your voice, and that's the most important. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and okay, how's the volume of the music now? It's better, about the same? And then, there's no music now. Oh, great, okay. So I guess, okay, perfect for me. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there. And then, I'll probably be turning it off during tricks anyway, because I don't know if it will distract me from performing tricks, but sleight of hand, like the sleight of hand, the music is gone. Amazing. Alright, so I don't know if anybody has been here before or seen me. I know a couple of you have, but Obi-Wan, I don't know if this is your first time in, but I've co-opted a StreamerSonglist to allow people to request tricks from my trick list. So if anybody wants to check out my trick list, it is not filled with music, it's filled with tricks. So you can go to it and request tricks. If you don't know what to request, because people who are not into magic probably don't know the names of tricks, you can type in !random, and it'll randomly put a trick into the list. And that's kind of how I progress. A couple of the times throughout the night, I'll probably throw in my own, but that is how I operate. So, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I can answer them, and of course, my mod Gibson Lens is here as well. So, hey, welcome in, Chan the Magic Man. How are you doing, Chan? Alright, one more advertisement. Okay, I'm done advertising. And let's see here. Obi-Wan requested Triumph. Excellent. So we got a warm-up trick now. And that is an okay one to warm up on. There's sometimes where like the first trick is like, that's not a warm-up trick, so I end up doing something else to warm up. But let's see, I can see card trick names, but I don't know what they are yet. Yes, yeah, so one of the things that I hope when doing my stream and putting the names of the tricks and the creators or the inventors here is so that people can start to understand like where tricks come from, who created them, because there's a lot of brilliant magicians that literally nobody understands or knows except for other magicians, because they did all of this work. So, but let's see. Chan the Magic Man, I'm doing great, and you? I'm doing pretty well, Chan. So I've had a little bit of a tiring weekend, but I'm now on vacation from work for 2 weeks, so should be good. Cloudy Haiku says, "Hey guys, hey, welcome in, Cloudy Haiku. How are you doing today? Hopefully you are having a great night. Let us know how you're doing." Alright, let's see here. That's a good time to pause in mid-song. Chester says, "I want to be on vacation too." Yeah, I totally understand. Let's see. Alright. So we have a trick that has been requested by Obi-Wan. So our first trick will be Triumph. Oh yeah. So getting back to this, hopefully people, if they come back to a couple of streams or they see several tricks and they want to know the names of them, I suppose this could be bad for, telling people how to research tricks, but at the end of the day, if you're going to research how to do a trick, I would hope that it's because you want to perform it and not because you want to just know the secret. But let's see. Obi-Wan says, "Mine, I almost forced vacation because the business is closed." Oh. And Cloudy Haiku says, "I have to work until Thursday, then I'll be off until January 3rd. Excellent. That sounds like a good vacation too. All right. Okay, so this first trick is called Triumph. It is one of the classics of magic, of card magic, and it requires a selection. And Obi-Wan, if you are on browser, are you on a browser? If you are, you should be able to click somewhere on the screen and select a card. So go ahead and click, and hopefully we'll get a little red flag somewhere on one of these cards, and that'll be the selection. Doesn't matter that I know what it is, so that's fine. But we'll give you a minute to do that. Let's see. Not my business. I don't own the business. I just work there. Okay. It doesn't have to be a touchscreen browser. No. You should be able to just click with a mouse somewhere on the screen, and it should be fine. I believe I turned on my heat map. Yeah, my heat map is on, so unless that's broken. Ah, there we go. Okay. So it appears as though you had clicked on the, I'm guessing, the King of Clubs, right? That is the King of Clubs. Okay. So, alright. So that's the selection. Yes! Alright, Obi-Wan has selected the King of Clubs. Great. Excellent. And also there's one other thing that I do here. I basically pretend that all the heat maps are food. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this. Hold on. I can't grab this for some reason. There we go. Delicious. Okay. Let's see. But should I tell you my selection? No. Yeah, it's fine. I told you that it's okay for me to know what it is in this situation, so it's fine. Okay. First things first. I'm gonna go ahead and hide the King of Clubs. And if anybody forgets, hopefully more than one person has it. But I'm gonna go ahead and stick the King of Clubs into the middle of the deck. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and shuffle it a couple of times. Like this. Now, the thing about Triumph tricks is that they're going to get to this point where something ugly happens. And the ugly part is happening right now. I'm going to be shuffling in face up into face down cards. I know, it's dreadful. And it pains me to do it. And every single time, but just to have you know that is, yeah, that's okay. Not a big deal. I'm a magician. Well, I'm not a professional, actually. I'm just an enthusiast. But so, first things first, we've got this really messed up section. We've got cards that are face up and face down. And actually, just to show you how messed up it is, right? We have a back to a front. We have a front to a back. We even have a back to a back. And yeah, it's completely crazy. So all we have to do is snap our fingers. And believe it or not, the deck has fixed itself. That's all it took. That's all it took. Would you believe that? Obi-Wan, would you believe this? Crazy card. Okay, because if you don't believe it, watch carefully. No? Okay, great. Because look, every card is now fixed. Every card except for one. And what is that card? I'll give you one guess. I believe it's our selection. Selection's gonna be ready. Wait for it. King of clubs. There we are. And that, my friends, is the classic Triumph trick by Vernon. All right, cool. All right. Yeah, first trick of the day. Woo! Obi-Wan says, I'm pressed. All right. Impressed. Yeah, if this was a nice, one of my nice shirts, that I would be pressed too, but I'm wearing just a regular t-shirt today. That was 100% professional. Thank you kindly, Trester. Oh man. Yeah, so I have never been officially paid for any of the magic work that I've done. I don't really count, like, so I have a YouTube channel and I've made a bunch of videos, but a large majority of my viewership I've discovered through data is not really from any of my magic tricks, but there's a lot of magic content up there. Let's see. Well, Obi-Wan says, unshuffle the card like that. Hey, welcome in, Charlie's Beats. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Let us know how you're doing, Charlie. Charlie is a supporter of the stream. He often comes in, requests a bunch of tricks, uses the channel points, which, by the way, I think there's a couple of what we would consider new channel point redeems, but for anybody who is interested, any of the channel point redeems that I think are in blue, those ones will alter the types of cards that I use in my magic trick, if the trick can support it. So some of them I don't have an option, but the other ones I may. And so I might be able to do a trick with tarot cards, or Uno cards, or Magic the Gathering cards. So those are there. And then we got some sound alerts too, so if anybody wants to look at those. Which, by the way, thank you for the feedback, Gibson Lens. He told me that it was hard to read the names of some of those. So we fixed that up, and now hopefully the sound alerts in my redeems look a lot better. So thanks for the feedback, Gibson. Let's see here. Okay, we have a request for a trick I've been calling back illusion, mostly because I don't know if there is another trick like it, but any card reader here to tell me what it means that I selected the King of Clubs. Oh, yeah, I've not studied tarot, but I have some tarot decks, but I don't know who would be able to tell you that, so. I think the only person, let me see. No, I don't remember. Trester, I want to tell a dad joke for you, for your collection, but I'll wait for 500 points. Oh, okay. Sounds good. I mean, oh, you mean you're going to give me a dad joke to tell on stream, and then you're going to wait until you're present, and then for me to tell it, or you'll tell us, and then I will tell, announce on the stream. All right, however that works. Okay. All right, so this next one is requested by Cloudy Haiku, and it's the only trick that I feel like I can say that's on my trick list that I think I came up with myself. One of the most difficult things in Magic is to credit properly, and since I don't really have the breadth and depth of, card Magic knowledge history, I don't know if there's anything that's like it before. So I'm just going to say it's maybe created by me, but it might not be original invention. So Cloudy Haiku says, I know a little bit about tarot, but all I can say about the King of Clubs is that it's a father figure. Oh, that's interesting. That's really cool. Yeah, I know that there's a lot of standard things that you could do with readings with a regular deck of cards, and then there's a tarot deck which typically has kind of the same thing as a deck of cards, except all the suits aren't like the suits. They have other suits. It's 5 of Pentacles and 4 of Coins, or Queen of Swords or something that kind of thing. But the suits are different, and then there's an additional set of 20 to 22 other cards that are known as the Arcana. So if anybody is interested in tarot, the Arcana bit is what sets it apart from a regular deck of cards. So you'll have cards that are like the Empress, the Fool, the Magician is actually one of the cards. So let's see. Cloud Haiku says, "Yeah, I forget which suit the clubs match up to." Yay! Yeah, exactly. Obi-Wan. What I know, there is minor and major arcana, but the minor is just about the same as regular deck of cards. Yep, that is correct. And then Chester says, "I know it from playing Persona." Yes. Oh man, so I remember playing Persona 3 back in the day, and I'm like, oh, these are so cool. Where did they come up with this? And I looked it up, I was like, they didn't come up with this at all. They used all the existing things here, so. Alright. Alright, so we have 4 cards here. We've got the Ace of, well, here, I won't spoil it, but we've got the Ace of Spades. We've got the Ace of Hearts. Got the Ace of Clubs. And the Ace of Diamonds. Now, if I was to tell you that a lot of times people draw the attention to the center of the aces because the aces are the most magical, or they just happen to be one of the easiest to visually see. As you can see, these are a little bit different because the pips on all of the aces are just as big as the one on the spades. But what they may not tell you is what's going on the back. Now, if I show you here, these were blue. Or were they blue? Because if I show you, if I just take the Ace of Diamonds and just kind of rub it up against the back of the other cards, that appears not blue to me. Wouldn't you say? And man, we're going to go ahead and start over. Okay, alright, so one of the things that, if you guys didn't know, I sometimes will mess up or not feel like that was completely satisfactory, and I think that was clear enough if anybody was paying attention. So we're actually going to do a mulligan on that one. So we're just going to start over. But yeah, normally I would do a boss trick, but I think this was just a flub on my handling. Alright, here we go. Okay, I've got 4 cards here. We have the Ace of Spades, the Ace of Hearts, the Ace of Clubs, and the Ace of Diamonds. And if anybody who was paying attention last time, if I was to ask you what color the back was, because now everybody's paying attention to what the back... Also, the trick is called back illusion. What do you expect? So, look. You would say that the back of all these cards are red, right? But if I go ahead and I take the Ace of Diamonds and I just rub it up against the back of the card, you'll see that that has become blue. But actually, not just for that card. Actually, all of the aces now have a blue back. I know. That's kind of crazy, right? Now, here's the thing. If I go ahead and I allow you to inspect the 4 aces, you would actually guess. Would you guess that they are red, or would you guess that they are blue? But, as the name suggests, maybe the red or the blueness of the back of these cards aren't a thing at all, because they are just an illusion. And if you were here, you could flip these over and take a look at yourselves, and they were white, actually. All right. Whew. Okay. Let's see here. Alright, thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Charlie's Beats, Obi-Wan, Cloudy Haiku, and Mike 2600. Alright. Whew. Yeah, I may end up making that a boss trick. I don't feel like I should have messed that one up. I think I redeemed it that time, but... so part of the thing is use boss tricks, which, if anybody is unaware, Any trick that I'm not completely satisfied with, I will basically study and do homework until next stream, and then I'll hopefully perform it the following stream. So it kind of gives me a way to keep myself improving. All right, cool. All right. Oh yeah, Obi-Wan. So the explanation for boss trick is right there. So yeah, a trick that I don't do perfectly or to my satisfaction, I end up practicing, so I do it later. I have a couple from the last couple of streams. Not last stream, but the stream before that. There's a couple. Let me just make sure I know what they are before we continue. Okay, yeah, there's 2 boss tricks currently. So if anybody hits them, you'll find a boss. Check out Marked for Life. Okay. Alright. I'll make a note of that, Mike. And if I totally forget, you could totally tell me in January when we meet up physically. Oh, by the way, while we're here, let me go ahead and give a shout out to, first of all, let's shout out Mike 2600. Magician will do magic about once a month on his stream for Sleight Night, so check him out. And then also, if you're interested in looking for more magicians on Twitch, we also have got, let me shout out, oh yeah, I forgot, I made Mike, that's right. And then let me also give a shout out to Chan the Magic Man, also doing magic on Monday nights. We'll normally do retro games other nights, but yeah, also here in chat as well. So, and I also made a Chan command. Man, thanks Gibson for remembering. I sometimes forget who I've made one of those, but I think I've tried to cover all of the magicians that I would shout out. So thank you. This is Magician, assemble here! Yeah, and there's 2 other magicians that stream regularly. So, Chan the Magic Man also got affiliated. Whoa, congratulations, Chan. I am happy that you've made it and got affiliated. Let me also do my shoutouts for Jack, which is also known as InfoXZar, and Ben. So if you guys are looking for more magicians on Twitch that regularly stream, those guys are it. So that's basically, like, as far as I know, everybody who regularly streams magic on Twitch. Alright, next we've got Ace on Top as requested by Mike 2600. Let me see. I can actually set up for this one on camera. So it's not a big deal here. Okay. Let's use the diamonds, because I found 2 low diamonds first. Oh, actually, wait, I found 3 clubs right here. Hang on. Okay, 4. Alright, we're going to use clubs. Haven't seen a stream from Ben in a while. Yeah, I think Ben has some real life things going on, and so I don't necessarily want to speak and know of everything, but I think he is been I think he's doing his military service. So for anybody who doesn't know, Ben, also known as Hallowthorn, is a Singaporean magician, lives in Singapore. So I think he's doing mandatory military service right now. So that may limit the number of streams he can stream. All right. Okay, so this trick is called Ace on Top, and it is not so much a trick as it is a game. So it's going to use the ace through 5 of really any suit, but today we have the 5 clubs. So we've got the ace of clubs, the 2 of clubs, the 3 of clubs, the 4 of clubs, and the 5 of clubs. Okay, so now what we have here is a magical move, and I want everybody to pay attention, if nothing else, to this move. Okay, watch. Ready? I'm just gonna turn what it will appear as the 5 turning itself face down. Okay, the 5 has turned itself face down. Did you guys see the magical move? That was the move. Like, there's really nothing else to watch. Now, here's the thing. what card is on top? If you guess the 5, which a lot of people would, you may be incorrect, because if I show you, it's actually the ace. Now, for the rest of this trick, let me go ahead and remove the ace for a second. For the rest of this trick, it's going to be in ascending order. So if we have the ace removed, the next one that will be on the top will be the 2, and that'll repeat with the 3, the 4, and the 5. So look, there's the 2. And then, of course, we've got the... I saw it. Checking the gap meter. Welcome in. So there's the 3. And then the 4 and the 5. How are you doing today, checking the gap meter? All right, important question. What card is this? Any guesses? Go ahead and put it in chat. And also, let me see if I missed anything in chat as well. Mike2600 says, there are dozens of us! Yeah, so surprisingly, there are a lot of magicians on Twitch, but not all of them stream magic. A bunch of them just stream, video gaming and things. So, Obi-Wan says ace on top, so must be ace. Yeah, a lot of people end up saying that it's the 5, and I tell them, wait, no, isn't this not on top now? But Obi-Wan, you got it. You're ready. Here's the ace, and what follows the ace, it's going to be the 2. What follows the 2? The 3. Checking the gap meter says, great, thank you. Well, I'm glad that you were doing great. That sounds great. And then what follows the 3? The 4. And then what follows the 4? The 5. All right. So important question. What card is this? To be fair, I didn't do anything magical, because if you were just paying attention, it is actually the ace, because I didn't do anything. But I'm going to go ahead and place the ace here somewhere in the middle. And it really is in the middle, because if I show you, it's not on the top and it's not on the bottom. And just push it in. And I snap. Believe it or not, that ace is going to hop up to the top, because take a look. And we can even repeat this. So I'm going to go ahead and take the ace, and I'm going to place it in the middle. We'll push it in, snap, and the ace is actually going to hop back up to the top. I know, super strange, right? I'm going to take that out. All right. So now, what follows the ace? The 2? Okay, look, because it's the 2. But we'll do what we did with the last one. I'm going to go ahead and place the 2 not on the top, not on the bottom. Push the 2 in, snap, 2 hops up to the top. I know, super strange, right? And look, we'll go ahead and do that again. I'm going to take the 2 and place it not on the top. Snap, 2 is back on the top. I know, super strange. Now, would you believe that I could perform this trick with the cards face up? Because, actually, if you know what, I have to think about this for a second. Let me make sure that, hold on. Okay, yeah, this is the, okay. All right. So, if I was to perform this trick face up, in order for things to be correct, right, the 2 would have to hop all the way up to this position. The 3 would have to slide down into the middle. The ace has to hop all the way up to the top. The 5 has to slide all the way down to the bottom. And the 4's got to tick over 1. And so that is how I would have to do the trick with the cards face up in order to get them into the correct order. I know, super weird, right? But look, if I go ahead and I just have to take one card. Let me just go ahead and find the ace. And I go ahead and I place that on the top. As we know, the ace is already on the top. But doing the snapping will correct the rest of the pile. Because if I show you, the ace of clubs, signed by Gibson Lens, is here on the top. But what follows the ace? if you guessed the 2, you'd be right. And if you follow what follows the 2, it'd be the 3. What follows the 3? The 4. And what follows the 4? The 5. And that, my friends, is Ace on Top, as requested by our other magician, Mike2600. Hey, welcome in, Winter Muting. How are you doing? Oh my god, we have a raid and actually also set off a sound alert. And actually, I think this is... I might have messed up my sound alerts because I actually didn't want this one to play during raid time. But it's hype, so it's good. We're going to have at least a minute of Megalovania, so... I think. Oh, no. Wait, there might be more than that. Okay, I may have to end up stopping the sound for a second. Okay. Alright, now next, let's see. First of all, welcome in, and thank you for the raid, Beautiful Meatball. How are you doing? How was your stream? We can get a shout out for Beautiful Meatball. Excellent, thanks. And actually, let me make sure, am I following you? I think I'm following you. I am not. Alright, Beautiful Meatball, I'm following you now. Okay. Okay, alright. Let's see, how is your stream, Beautiful Meatball? You were last seen streaming... Gears 5. Oh, Trester, thanks for coming in, Trester. Have a good night. And yeah, thanks for that. Let's see. Okay, I think I missed a bunch of things. And, okay, hold on. I need to stop this so I can think. Oh, that's going to continue to play. Crap.
Hi guys, welcome.
Oh, and I have... Okay, alright. Whew. Okay, Gears 5. Man, I need to figure out all my sound stuff. But anyway, okay, let's see here. Thank you kindly for the claps for Ace on Top, Obi-Wan, Winter Muting, let's see, Chan the Magic Man, Obi-Wan, the Doritos from Checking the Gaff Meter. Mike2600 says, love it, such a great effect. Yep. Oh, Mike, hopefully that's clear how it's slightly different than the Ambitious Classic. Let's see. Yeah, nice seeing you, Beautiful Meatball. Is the IKEA one? Is it the IKEA one? Huh, what do we mean? An emote? I don't understand. And thank you for the love, checking the gaff meter. Oh my god, lots of love. Oh. Let's see. Winter Muting says Ace on Top was a slick trick. Okay, gotta go. Back to work. All right, Winter Muting. Thanks for stopping in. Have a great work. Let's see. Beautiful Meatball says it was nice, relaxed, and stressed at the same time because that game stresses me out, but I still love it. Oh man, yeah. I have not played many competitive video games for a long time. So, Kishloba, welcome in. How's it going? Everybody wins. All right, random. Okay, cool. We got a random selection. IKEA sells Swedish meatballs. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to clear that. Family Unit, as requested by Charlie's Beats, and I think I saw the redeem. Was that for plastic cards or clear plastic cards? Still gotta figure out. That was for clear plastic cards. Oh man. Okay. Clear plastic. Alright, sorry I was moved by the mega. Yeah, oh, let me see if that's still playing, because it may. Okay, alright, it's still playing. Alright, so full disclosure, I meant to swap this sound with a different sound, but I was like, ooh, I like this song, and I probably just clicked it, and then I didn't set it. Oh, I gotta go, but I'm wishing you a very nice stream. Oh, well, thank you kindly, beautiful meatball. Have a great night. Yeah, I totally understand if you need to go. If you ever want to catch any of my things. Anyway, all my VODs are up, and I have a ton of stuff on YouTube. So, but thanks for bringing your community in here, beautiful meatball. So. All right. Oh, and thank you for the resub, Trester. So that Final Fantasy sound is for a sub. Okay, cool. Alright, bye-bye, guys. Alright, awesome. Let's see. Now I have to get my clear plastic cards, which are not immediately over here. I mean, they're here. It's just not immediately right next to me. Okay. Alright, can I do this? I'm pretty sure I should be able to do this with clear cards. There should be no problems. It's just the handling is going to be weird because the clear cards are extra slippery. But yeah, this was a longer trick that I reverse engineered from a video that I can no longer find on YouTube, and nobody else performs it. So I have no idea if it is accurate or anything. I suppose it probably doesn't matter if people are enjoying it, then it's good, right? It's good enough. Okay, so let's see. So family unit is requested by Charlie's Beats with clear plastic cards. I'm not sure how easy this is going to be to see, but you know, that's okay. That's why we're going to do it. And also, it's going to be a little bit challenging for me here. Okay. All right. So first things first, I want to show everybody the deck that I'll be using as the clear plastic cards. So they are these, and each one of these cards basically has the information for the card on the 2 pip corners and in the center here. And that's basically what they are. So you can see through the main part of the card. Charlie's Beats, love those things. Awesome. That's great. So the thing is, we won't be needing most of the deck. We will be needing all of the face cards, which I've already found and set aside here. So here's all of the face cards. But let's see. If you guys were here, I could offer for a cut if anybody would like to cut. Actually, Charlie's Beats, if you would like to cut somewhere, there's 12 cards here because there's 3 face cards for each of the 4 suits. So if you want to tell me a number, okay, you'll just cut right there. Okay, I'm going to assume that that's yours. So we'll cut right there, and that's what we've got. All right, cool, awesome. And let's see, I'm going to grab this heat map. Delicious heat maps. Lovely. Okay, so first things first, we've got these. I'm going to place 4 cards in each one of these piles. And Charlie, if you would like, tell me which pile to start with. So go ahead and click on one. I know you know how to use heat map, and I think you have it. So I'm pretty sure that was you. All right, this one? Okay, excellent. So first things first, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place, this is what, the Queen of Hearts. So we're going to go ahead and place the Queen of Hearts here. Now, one of the things that I need to tell you about a family unit in this trick is that a family unit is really good at finding the other family members. And the other family members are basically, an entire family unit is a Jack, Queen, and King of the same suit. So that was our Queen of Hearts. So let's go ahead and try and collect this card with these 2 cards, and hopefully they should match. So once we put them into what we thought was the Heart household, as it turns out, it was not the Heart household at all. It happened to be the Club house, because if we take a look, these are now the, actually maybe I shouldn't put my finger. These are all of the clubs. I know. Crazy, right? All right, Charlie, go ahead and tell me which pile to pick next. If you don't change it from this one, I will assume it will still be this one. Oh, okay. Hopping over here. All right, so the next one is, this appears to be our Queen of Spades. So I'm going to go ahead and place the Queen of Spades here. And hopefully the Queen of Spades is really good at finding its family. So we're just going to grab these and collect them, and we're trying to put them in through the spade household. As it turns out, that was not the spade household at all. That happens to be the heart household. I know, super weird, right? Okay. All right. Now, we can stack these cards in any order, and it's a little bit frustrating because we keep on thinking that we find a specific house, we'll get a different house. So we're going to try and force our next house. So Charlie, click. So what I'm going to do is the ones that you click on, I'm going to place on my hand, and then the next pile I'll put on top of that, and then the last one I'll put on top of that. Okay, so we're going to start with this pile. I'll place it on top. Which one do you want me to put on top next? This one, okay. And then by default, this must go on the top. Okay, so we have 6 cards here. And we definitely have at least the spade household and the diamond household left. So I'm going to go ahead and try and force the next household. So it looks like this is going to be our Queen of Diamonds, so the diamond household. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Queen of Diamonds there. And we're going to try and, let's see, we've got these left. I'm going to go ahead and find, okay, look, here's a Jack of Diamonds. So I'm going to go ahead and place that here. And then we've got our King of Diamonds. I'm going to go ahead and force this to be the diamond household. And so when we try and put them into the diamond household, as it turns out, that was not the diamond household at all. It happens to be our spade household. And the diamond household is, I mean, by default must be over here, but they can't be without house. So let's go ahead and put them in their house. And all of the diamonds are over here. And that, my friends, is Family Unit with clear plastic cards. A little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. All right, let's grab these heat maps here. Whoop. That was horrible. I just knocked them away. Oh, well, I guess I didn't eat those. All right, let's see. Whew, okay. Let's see. Charlie's Beats got the eyes. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Obi-Wan. And let's see here. Okay, and this other one, 3 travelers. Let me quickly set up for that, actually. Hey, welcome in, Chris Cox. How are you? And also, if we can get a shout out for Chris Cox, that would be great. Let me quickly catch up with chat here. Okay, I'm caught up. All right, great. Doing well. How you all? Let's see. So far, the people that have responded, I think everybody's doing fine. Everybody's having a good night. I myself am a little bit tired, but for the most part, doing okay. Yeah. Pretty good because I'm now on vacation for the rest of the year, so I don't have to go to work. I do, so I say that, but I do have a work meeting tomorrow that I am attending. So, checking the gaff meter asks, "How are you, Nam?" I'm doing. Oh yeah, okay, cool. I think I saw the question in my mind's eye in the future, and then I answered, and then so yeah, I would have answered that, but yeah, I am going to work tomorrow for one work meeting, but I technically have the day off, but otherwise, yeah, doing good. All right, so next we have 3 travelers, as requested by checking the gaff meter. That's def what happened, yeah. Awesome. Okay, so normally this trick is going to be done with an ace 2 and a 3, but because it was requested by checking the gaff meter, it's going to be done by an ace, a 2, and the queen of spades, because that's the checking the gaff meter card. Hey, welcome in, Sencha Katner. How's it going? If we can get a shout out for Sencha, if anybody likes Mad Scientist Botany, definitely follow Sencha. Okay, here we go. So this trick is called the 3 travelers. Normally done with an ace, 2, and 3, but today it's going to be done with an ace of clubs, a 2 of clubs, and the queen of spades checking the gaff meter signed queen of spades. Okay. Is the queen, checking the gaff meter asks, is the queen going to end up being the lone obnoxious traveler? No, this is fine. Alright, so look, we're going to leave checking the gaff meter here, and then we're going to go ahead and place the 2 here, and then we're going to go ahead and place the ace on top of the deck. Now the deck here is going to act as the elevator. And so look, if we go ahead and place the ace on the bottom, what we can do is if we go ahead and pretend that this deck is an elevator and you approach the elevator and you see the 2 elevator buttons, if you approach and you press the up elevator button, and the elevator won't work unless you say ding. Ding! Believe it or not, the ace. Oh, checking the gaff meter got the ding. Excellent. Ding. And believe it or not, that's actually going to make the ace travel up to the top. There it is. There's our ace. Now if we go ahead and grab the 2 and place it on the bottom, or sorry, place it on the top, but I'm now going to go ahead and press the down elevator button, down, and believe it or not, that is going to go ahead and make the 2 travel all the way down to the bottom. I know, right? Okay, and now this third one is not an elevator by our current definition, but maybe in the future it will be, because I'm going to go ahead and split these. I'm going to go ahead and place the checking the gaff meter signed queen of spades on the top over here. And what we're going to do is press both buttons at the same time. That's going to make this act as a transporter, and that's going to transport it from over here to over there. So look, watch. Ready? Press both buttons. And whether you saw it or not, it's not here, but it has traveled. Oh, there's the transporter sound. Excellent. See, the transport has occurred. And checking the gaff meter signed queen of spades is now over here. There we go. And that, my friends, is the 3 travelers. Checking the gaff meter says, what? That sounds crazy. And Chris Cox says, no way. Checking the gaff meter says, how did I do that? I mean, you know, it was like a few hundred channel points and and a request, and well done. Well done. Yeah, you got the cool part. Like, everybody here knows what an elevator is, right? Transport is super special. Nobody, as far as I know, nobody in chat, except for maybe you at this point, has transported. So Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats. And the emotes, chugging the gaff meat. Oh my god, the gingerbread man and the hats. Christy Cates. Cool. And oh yeah, and Charlie's Beats got the Izzy Paradox com badges. There we go. Alright, let's see. Charlie's Beats has requested a trick called Reset, and normally done with some other card, but we're going to have to use the 5s, I believe, because Charlie's Beats has signed the 5 of hearts, so that's why we're also going to have to use the 5s instead here. I think that's okay. Should be fine, right? I'm trying to think. Hopefully it's okay. Alright. And then, oh crap, what do I use? Oh. Nice. Oh, yeah, and Gibson Lens just said, congrats, Nam, on 400 followers. Which, by the way, if anybody didn't realize, I surreptitiously hit 400 followers. It happened, obviously, when I was not streaming, because I just saw it the other day. It was like 2 or 3 days ago, and I've only streamed on Sundays. So, but yeah, thank you for the applause. Thank you very much, and thank you kindly, guys. So, yeah, I'm having fun. I still plan on doing what I'm doing. And yeah, and also one of the biggest things, I'm pretty sure I am, if not improving my magic, I think I am improving. I'm at least maintaining my magic, but I think I'm actually improving because I'm doing these streams. So thank you kindly for being here and the encouragement and everything. So appreciate it. Okay, I'm trying to remember how not to mess this up. And actually, instead of trying to remember, let me just consult my spreadsheet. So this trick is, there's a lot of steps, and honestly, the hardest part is remembering how it's set up. And then after that, it's okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Oh, I should trust myself and my past notes. Sorry about that. Okay. And then this one is boom. I don't know why I care so much about this order. This order shouldn't matter. Okay, alright. Here we go. Yeah, so checking the app. That's awesome! Yes, so I am feeling encouraged. I see so many other people that I follow, and they're at like the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and I'm like, oh, they've been streaming for like 2 years. It'll take me 2 years to get there, but I mean, if I'm just doing this for maintaining my magic and to have fun, like I'm still having fun. Like it's just a number, right? So why should it matter? Like I'm not using it to drive any sort of like. It's not my. It's basically I'm not using this for my living. I have a daytime job for that. So, all right, okay. So we have a request from Charlie's Beats, and this is called Reset. Oh, actually, wait. I can also use, and I found these the other day. I can use my save state and load state fake buttons. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put those out there. Okay. First things first. We've got our 5s. So we have actually all 5 of our 5s here, and our 5 of hearts signed by Charlie's Beats. Actually, I'll have them face you. Like, why? I don't need to see them. I know it's signed, right? Okay, and then we have the kings. Let me introduce them to you. We have the king of spades, we have the king of diamonds, we have the king of clubs, and we have the king of hearts. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the 4 kings over here. Okay, and then I'm gonna show you that we've got our 5s over here. Okay, and I just want everybody to know that right now we're gonna save the state right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and press this button, save state. So now the state has been saved. So now all of our 5s are over here, and jacks. Oh, sorry, I used kings for this. I used to do this with jacks. Okay. But if I show you, what we can do is now interact with the state of these. Now normally, if I just do something magical like this, we're not actually going to change the state of the cards in any way. What I need to do is have this card touch this packet, just like that. And believe it or not, that will actually change this to be a king. Okay, so now what we've got here is, so we've got our 5s here. Now, once again, if I just do like funny sound effects, nothing's going to happen. But if I go ahead and I touch this packet, actually now that they're face up, I'm not sure how it's going to change. But if I just touch this packet, oh look, see there, it's changed now. So now that 5 has changed into a king. I know, super weird. Okay, but if you didn't know, you don't just have to change 1 card at a time. I can change 2 cards at a time. If I go ahead and just touch them to this pile, believe it or not, both cards have now changed into a king. So now we've got our 4 kings, and all the aces should be over here. If I go, sorry, not the aces, the 5s, because we're using the 5s. If I show you, oh yeah, hey, there's our Charlie's Beats, 5 of hearts. Excellent. Okay. But now, let's say we didn't want to mess up the piles like that. Let's say we actually wanted to go back to the original state. I don't have to do any sort of like sorting and moving the cards back. I'm just going to hit this load state button, which will load our saved state. Load state. And now, if we take a look, here we have all of our 5s. And actually over here we should have our kings. And that, my friends, is reset. So yeah, nods to anybody who knows what save states and load states are. Usually done on old retro gaming emulators, but I think a lot of new software that kind of gives emulation also use load states, save states. So let's see. Gibson Len says, "Yeah, I try not to care about numbers," and then someone else like me brings it up. Yep, that's all it takes. Somebody else brings it up. I did notice on my own, because so normally I'll navigate to my own channel and then navigate to somebody else that I'd then be watching, but I made it a habit just to kind of check, like to see if there's bots or anything. Thank you kindly for the emotes, checking the gaff meter, and the popcorn and the Doritos. And Ann Keg says, I've seen some hands in your hand that should not be there. Oh, Ann Keg says cards. I mean, sometimes it happens. So, such is the reality of streaming magic tricks. That's okay. So that's good feedback. I can take that and improve. Also, there are tricks that are angle sensitive. So if Ann Keg, if I show you a trick, and I don't know if you've been here in the past for a trick like this, but a trick, for example, like this, if it is here, what's that? That is the ace of clubs. If I go ahead and just flick it, I can no longer show anybody this trick except if they are right in front of me. So that's kind of like one of the limitations of angle sensitivity in tricks. I could clip this, but if it was live, I could not. Yeah, I've been trying to watch, and as far as I know, nobody has been malicious about clipping anything that's mistakes. But feel free to clip things that you think are, hilarious and funny. But yeah, also if you're clipping something that is a mistake, I'm probably just going to delete it. So, but yeah, I'm fine with people clipping, and also if it's a funny one, please submit it to Chris M.Ye's Lighthouse because that is it'll be submitted for the Clip M.Ye show. Yee, that's what I want. Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah. Also, if anybody knows anything about magic, just in case there's other people who are in chat that don't want to know about the magic, let's not like divulge any secrets or anything. So it was still amazing though. Oh, great. Thanks, Anne. Yeah, sometimes you may see something that's suspicious or like, hey, that's not why it's supposed to be there or something, but like you don't understand how it all fits in for the rest of the trick, right? It's like, that's not supposed to be right, but it's like you still don't know how the whole trick's done. You just saw something fishy that one time at band camp. All right, thank you kindly for that request, Charlie's Beats. Or sorry, that was by Charlie's Beats. Hopefully that was satisfactory. Hey, welcome in, the Rusty Panda. How's it going? How are you doing today? Oh, and Anne, I don't know if I said hi to you. Hi, Anne Keg. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Of course, it's suspicious, and I know it was for sure fraud, but I still can't explain that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Some people say that magic performance is like one of the most honest professions in the world because basically, as soon as the audience members walk in, it's like they know the magician basically said, "I'm going to lie to you," and they accept it, right? Like that's um, one of the sayings that some magicians will say. It's one of the most honest um, professions in the world. Let's see, the Rusty Panda says, "All right, getting ready for bed. Saw you were on. I want to stop and say hey. Oh, well, thank you kindly for stopping in. The trick queue is open if you would like to see something, Rusty Panda, or actually if you just want me to do something quick. Um, all right, let's see if random. Let me see here, random. Let's see what it brings up. The invisible deck. That's not quick. All right, so we're not gonna do that one. Random. Let's do it again. All right, that's also not quick. Man, you know what? I'm just gonna. All right, going back. We're just gonna take those out, and I will just. All right, I think I've got one in mind. So, love to see a grand slam in clubs. Oh, so one of the things that I don't do is gambling demonstrations because I just don't like the nature of that. And then also, if people don't understand how to play that game, I have to then explain how great how to play the game, what that hand means, and things like that. So, all right, let's do a quick one. Okay, we have a trick. Oh wait. I mean, you guys can look at those cards while I go ahead and put the trick in here. Okay, agreed. The game is hard. Yeah. Depending on what you're talking about as far as the game. Grand Slam in clubs. Is that a game, or are we talking about like just like a poker hand of like a royal flush? All right. See, Obi-Wan. By the way, if you know the magic trick, would casino ban you? I don't know. I'm tempted to say that I would probably be banned from playing in casinos in which I would be able to touch cards, or at least if they knew. There's a lot of casino games that I could probably play in which like I don't touch cards, and that's probably fine. But anyway, okay. So this trick uses just 4 cards. Legitimately, they can be from a borrowed deck. It's not a big deal. This one's called Overture. And what I'm going to do is we have red queens here. I'm going to turn those face down. I'm going to take the 2 black 4s and I'm going to place them face up in the middle. Now, if I was to reverse count them like this, the black 4s will still be face up in the middle and the red queens will still be face down on the outside. But let's see. If I go ahead and just do one thing slightly different, which is I hold the pack and I give it a little bit of a shake. That shake is the thing that changes everything, because now would you believe that the red face cards are face up in the middle and the black fours are face down on the outside? Because if you don't, look, I know, super weird, right? Well, Grand Slam is a bridge term. Oh, I am unaware of how to play bridge, so that would be completely outside my realm of knowledge as well. All right. See, so that was a quick one. Yeah, out of like a lot of the old classic card games, bridge is not one of the games that I've learned. So, thank you kindly for the claps, Rusty Panda. Let's see. Welcome in, Viara Kiranov. How are you doing today? And then Cloudy Haiku has requested Devil's Elevator. Excellent. That one's been a really popular choice. So, and thank you kindly for the emotes, the Doritos and popcorn checking the gaff meter. All right. Let's just keep this setup simple, and I'm going to go ahead and use hold on, I'm trying to think in my head how the setup would be here. Okay. All right. This is what we're going to do. Let's see, Viara says, doing all right, couldn't sleep, so I figured I'd come watch. Oh, well, awesome. I'm glad you could find something to do because you can't fall asleep. I have actually sleeping issues. I mean, usually if I fall asleep, I can stay asleep and that's fine. It's the getting to sleep part that's what gives me difficulty sometimes. And so, yeah, I find that fighting it, just laying in bed is kind of useless, so I find something else to do. One of the things that I tend to do is actually, it goes against recommendations, but I basically find some mindless mobile game and then I play that. So it can't be like too engrossing. I just kind of like, so it's something like kind of straightforward, like a match 3 or like just something really simple. And then I play that, and that distracts me enough so that I'm not thinking about other stuff. And then I fall asleep to that. But let's see. Oh, Cloudy Haiku has the same issue. And Ann Keg, yeah. No shit, 5 a.m. here. Oh my god, Ann Keg. Oh my god. And I work at 9. Oh my god, Ann Keg. Well, I wish you best of luck tomorrow, or I guess later today at this point. So, hopefully you can make it. Okay, so now we have a trick called Michael Elevator, requested by checking the gaff meter. Yeah, Viara says, done same because looking at ceiling for an hour just doesn't work well. Yeah, oh man. And Ankeg says, home office though, so easy. All right, awesome. Yeah, I work from home remotely as well. Gibson Len says, listening to music is a good way for me to fall asleep. Yeah, I used to be able to do that until I got a girlfriend and then wife, and we all sleep in the same room, and she needs to have her noise machine, and I don't like having like earbuds or like anything in my ears for sleep. So, and Rusty Panda says I use Trazodone. I assume that's a medication. I'm unaware of it, but okay. We have Michael Elevator, and this will use just some black spot cards. Can't mistake those for these face cards. So, and we've got the 4 queens, and the queens here. Let's go ahead and introduce them to you. This is the Queen of Spades. Also, it is the checking the gaff meter signed. And then we've got the Queen of Hearts, Queen of Clubs, Queen of Diamonds. So let's see. What we will do is we're going to go ahead and place the cards out like so. And what we're going to do is just lay out the other black spot cards over here. Okay, let's see. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take these and place them on this queen over here. And if I just go ahead and I snap my fingers, that queen is actually going to hop up to the top. Because there it is. Okay, next one. So now if I go ahead and I do that again, we're going to place the black spot cards on top of this other queen. If I go ahead and I snap my fingers, believe it or not, that's actually going to make the queen hop up to the top as well. Now this next one, you may think, oh, there's some shenanigans happening making the card hop from the bottom to the top. This time, let's go ahead and place the card into the middle of the packet. So like, let's say here. Close that up. I snap my fingers. And that queen hops up to the top. And now finally, this queen. And I will show you that this queen is on the bottom, and it is our final one, the Queen of Hearts. Believe it or not, the Queen of Hearts is a pilot, and the Queen of Hearts can actually travel from here over, fly over the other queens to pick up all of the queens, leaving our black spot cards in the dust. And that, my friends, is Michael Elevator. Or Michael Levator. So normally when I've done that trick in the past, especially around Halloween, I like to theme that one as zombie apocalypse. So the 4 queens would basically be in their own apartment buildings, and then I'd use like 10s and 9s for the spot cards and be like, these are zombies, and they're all in their own apartment building, and that works out. So I'm just feeling super casual today, as mentioned in my stream title, I think, today. It's like, feeling pretty casual. Anyway, thank you kindly for the claps. Obi-Wan, Chris Cox, the Rusty Panda, and checking the gaff meter for the Doritos. Thank you kindly. Let's see here. And then we've got a request from Cloudy Haiku. Thank you for the request, Cloudy Haiku, for Devil's Elevator. That's right. Well, I already got most of these, so let's just pull out a couple other things. Let's see. Rusty Panda says, all right, I'm outie. Have a great stream. Thank you kindly for stopping in, and I'm glad you were able to stay for a couple tricks. And have a great night. Sorry. Have a glorious night. I gotta say that, because that's like the word. Also, that's an emote, so if you sub or you have enough channel points, you should be able to unlock my glorious emote. But it's my favorite emote because it's basically just a picture of my face. Thanks for showing that off, Gibson Lens. Yeah. Fun story. I use that picture basically as an emote at work as well for glorious in Slack. So if anybody goes to use the glorious, it's basically my face. It's that picture. So let's see. Bow tie is cool, said the doctor. Cool. Yeah, that picture was actually just me taking a selfie of myself in a mirror. So it was like not a selfie this way, but like I was taking a forward selfie of my reflection in a mirror. And that was me going to a wedding in Vermont. So I was like, oh, that's cool. It served me well. And yeah, I was not dressed to be a magician. I was literally just being dressed for a wedding. Actually, I think he didn't say so. Fez is cool, is what he said. Okay, I mean, I haven't fully beaten Fez, but I've played enough of it to be like, Fez is cool, which, by the way, I like. Alright, we have the Devil's Elevator. So what we have here are the ace, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of spades. And you'll see why. Actually, wait. This trick doesn't use an ace. Sorry. We have a 2, 3, 4, and 5 of spades. And then we have the red 6s and 9s. Now, besides the meme reason of using 6s and 9s, because this is called the Devil's Elevator, at certain angles, it can look like it says 666. So that's why we use 6s and 9s. Okay. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave the red spot cards over here, the 6s and 9s, and then I'm going to lay out the other cards over here. So let's lay out the 5, we'll place that there. We'll lay out the 4, place that right there. Lay out the 3, and then the 2 I'll place on top of the red 6s and 9s. Now, here in Hell, we're going to use these cards to represent the levels of Hell. So the top one is the topmost level of Hell, the first, second, third, fourth, and then fifth level of Hell. Now the reason why I decided to put the 2 here is because I'm now going to put it in the second level of Hell. And if you didn't know, Hell is not just a religious place. It's a business. And so all businesses have a maintenance elevator. And for anybody who wants to escape Hell, the easiest way to get out of Hell is from the topmost level. And so if you're ever caught in a level of Hell, all you have to do is find the Devil's Elevator. If you approach it, you'll see 2 elevator buttons, and you'll probably want to press up. And if you don't say ding when you press the elevator button, it won't work. So believe it or not, that 2... Oh, thank you kindly, checking the gaff meter for the ding, because the 2 has hopped up to the top. Now let's go ahead and grab the 3. I'm going to go ahead and grab the 3 and place it into the third level of Hell. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. And now if we close that up and we approach the buttons, we'll press the up elevator button, and then we'll ding. And remember, if you don't say ding, it won't work. But now look, the 3 has hopped up to the top level. Oh, Chris Cox has got the ding. Thank you kindly for the ding. That's why it worked. Thank you kindly, Chris Cox. Now, some people believe that there was some weird sleight of hand mischief, but if I just show you, these have been the same red 6s and 9s we've been using the whole time. And if I go ahead and I place the 4 in the fourth level of Hell, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, press that in. We approach the elevator. You see, oh, we're going to press up. Ding. Somebody going to get the fourth ding. This one's a little bit deeper, so it might be the elevator might take a little bit longer to ding. But believe you me, if there's nothing else, the Devil's Elevator is reliable. I said, if nothing else, the Devil's Elevator is reliable. Thank you kindly for the for the ding, Chris Cox. All right, here we go. There we go. 4 hops up to the top. And now some people believe that I've been using too many cards, because you may have heard that there's at least 7 levels of Hell from various pieces of literature. But no, we're using the same 4 red 6s and 9 spot cards that we've been using the whole time. But I'm going to clearly place the 5 here on the bottom. And we're just going to close that up. And if that person finds the Devil's Elevator, approaches the Devil's Elevator, and goes ahead, presses the up elevator button, and hopefully they'll make it up to the top and can get out. And if they can't, let me just show you. No, wait, we didn't hear the ding. We didn't hear the ding. Hold on. Thank you kindly for the ding, Chris Cox, because now if I just cleanly pick it up, I'll wait for the sound alert to clear. No fishy moves. Top card is now the 5. It actually comes up to the top. There we go. And these are the same 6 and 9 spot cards that we've been using for 6s and 9s. And that, my friends, is the Devil's Elevator. Thank you kindly for the dings, checking the gaff meter, and Chris Cox. And thank you for the request, Cloudy Haiku. Hopefully that was fun. Alright, let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps. Cloudy Haiku, Viara, Chris Cox, Obi-Wan. Thank you kindly. Let's see. The trick queue is empty, so if anybody would like to request anything, feel free. Here's my trick list, and if you just want to request something and you don't know what to request, just type !random, and it will randomly put a trick into the queue. Let's see. Other updates. So, I recently, for anybody who doesn't know, I am a relatively new father. My baby is now 17 months old, and she has reached the point in which she can make choices, and she can say yes and no to things. And I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. Thank you kindly for the baby explanation. So she had been obsessed right now to watch Elmo, and we recently discovered Ms. Rachel on YouTube, which is basically like just a woman doing a lot of like musical teaching things. And I'm like, whoa. Ann Keg says, that will be my good night trick because I have to go. To sleep. Yes, totally makes sense. Let me prep for it, Ann Keg, and then we will go from there. But yeah, it is super, super crazy to see my baby like growing to the point where she is like, no, I don't want to eat this. I want to eat this instead. I don't want to watch Elmo. I want to watch Ms. Rachel. And I'm, like, she doesn't say that, but I'm like, do you want to watch Elmo? And she just clearly says no. It's like, do you want to watch Ms. Rachel? And she's like, So, all right, this one is a fairly quick trick as well. So, Ann Keg, let's get you on your way. And actually, perfect timing for this song. I'm gonna pause that, and then here we go. All right, this trick is called two-card Monty. It's known as two-card Monty. Originally, it was called Be Honest, What Is It? But I'm just going. If you were here, I could ask you to hold out your hand and hold two cards with your fingers like this. Since you're not here, I'm just going to use this box just to kind of simulate, holding it above the table or something. But those are the two red twos, and you didn't really have to know what they are because I'm going to do a quick demonstration of kind of where they are now. Tacey, welcome in. How's it going? Good evening. How are you doing, Tacey? All right. So look, if I show you, we have the two of diamonds. So if I've got the two of diamonds here, you've got the two of hearts. Great. Now the thing is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you how magicians would swap the card. They would slide it in really quick, line it up exactly with the other one, pull it out, and then that's how the switch would happen. So now if I've got the two of hearts, you've got the two of diamonds. That's what a lot of people would say. Excellent. So now I'm going to go ahead and swap it once, and then I'd swap it twice, and then I would place it here. And the question is, what do you think is on the top? Would it be the hearts or the diamonds? Would you be impressed if the diamonds was on top, or would you be more impressed if the hearts was on top? Let's go ahead and have an informal poll. Hearts and diamonds. If anybody has heat map, feel free to click on the screen. I can't trace them back, or yeah, if you want to put it in chat, that's great too. So let's see. Viara says, kids' first milestone can be fun or an absolute nightmare, but mostly fun. Oh yeah, it totally depends. Oh yeah, my kid is 17 months old, so she is almost a year and a half. Guessed it. Okay, so all right. So if you guessed the 2 of hearts or the 2 of diamonds, you'd be incorrect, because if I show you these 2 cards, I would say go ahead and flip your hand over. You would see that they are the black kings. They are the king of spades and the king of clubs. All right. Guessed it. I guessed it. All right. Let's see. Tasty says, doing good. How about you? I'm doing pretty well. Aside from being tired, I'm mostly fine. So, yeah. And that, my friends, is a typical 2-card Monty. So, yeah, if anybody has seen David Blaine perform on his TV special from like the 90s called Street Magic, this was one of those tricks. And he would do it to a ton of people on the street, and it was both hilarious and like baffling and amazing. So, let's see. Thank you kindly for the claps, Chris Cox, Tacy, and for the what, Viara. Oh yeah, so I'm trying out this new thing, seeing if I can play this music. There is a chance that I may not be able to put this on my YouTube at some point, but I was told that this was not DMCA music. So if anyone is curious, if you like also Super Mario 64, I totally recommend listening to this. But this is an album called Mario 64 Lo-Fi, put out by 88-Bit, also known as Rob Kovacs, and Save Point under Curaga Records. So feel free to give that a listen. I don't know, Gibson, if you have a link handy for this. Oh, thank you kindly. Feel free to give that a listen. So I'm giving it a try just to see if the YouTube algorithm denies me or anything. So when I eventually upload this to YouTube, but it is awesome. All right, Ankeg, have a great night. Have a glorious night, Ankeg. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for interacting with the stream and requesting a trick. Hopefully we'll see you again sometime. Yeah, Gibson Lens. Rob has said it's DMCA free. Great. So, are you a musician too? I am not, Obi-Wan. So, I don't want to say I've dabbled, but I've experimented with having a guitar and a small keyboard piano, like a cheapo $30 one that I bought from the internet. I would not say that I have any sort of musical ability at the moment. I have maybe slight musical interest, but I think you are aware that Gibson Lens is a piano. Actually, this is probably a good time to shout out Gibson Lens. So, for anybody, I'm pretty sure, Obi-Wan, I've seen you in Gibson Lens' stream. But please, if anybody is not following Gibson Lens and you enjoy VGM, sight reading from songbooks, pop music, esoteric music, or just listening to a lot of his originals, Gibson Lens is the guy to follow. So, also mod here. Also, you'll probably occasionally see me over in Gibson Lens' stream because I'm out over there. So. All right. The trick queue is empty, so if anybody would like to request anything, feel free. I forget, do I have a how? I do have a how. I should probably change this so that it includes the 2 things. Trick list and random. Alright, I'm gonna do that later. Okay, alright. In the interim, let's see, if nobody requests anything in a minute, let me see. I think maybe it's time for a boss trick. I think the boss trick that I want to do is this one. Viara says, I should probably attempt to sleep, otherwise be too tired to watch my kids tomorrow. Yeah, completely understand, Viara. Hopefully you have good sleep tonight, so sleep well. Obi-Wan says, I'm really enjoying the stream. When I'm back at work, I wouldn't be able to watch at this time. Ah, yes. I totally understand, Obi-Wan. Yeah, there's a lot of like streamers that stream during my work time, and if they're basically not playing music, I probably can't interact. And then even sometimes it's like I want to interact, but I can't, so it's like, or like there's work meetings, so I totally get it. But I totally appreciate you being here now, and if you would like to just watch any of my content, I have my VODs up usually all the time. And then afterwards, I have my VODs go up on my YouTube, but I have a lot of other YouTube content as well. So if anybody just wants to see tricks, I have a ton of tricks on my YouTube. So feel free to check that out if anybody wants. Live is totally more fun. Yeah, I try and make this a little bit interactive. You guys can, you know, ask me questions or like just get to know me. Honestly, I just use this as a way to hang out and say hi and chat with people. And it's nice also because I've been hanging out on Twitch for almost a year now, like actually hanging out in communities and stuff, and it's like nice to get to know some of the names that you see in like other channels if they come to your stream and stuff. So this has been pretty awesome. Let's see, Checking the Gaff Meter has requested a performance of McDonald's Aces. Yeah, but at the same time, I don't want to see all tricks in one day. Yeah, first of all, I have a lot, so assume that my average trick is about 3 minutes. Obi-Wan, I did a project earlier this year in which I did 100 magic tricks in 100 days. And they weren't all 3 minutes, but some of them were longer. Actually, most of them were longer, and then some of them were shorter. But like, just that project alone, if it's 3 minutes times 100 tricks, that's 300 minutes. That's already like a lot of viewing time. And then since then, I've also done just one trick a week because I couldn't do like one trick a day anymore because that was completely unsustainable. But yeah, so also it would be a little bit unenjoyable if you saw all the tricks and it's like, I've seen every trick that Crazy Agent has to offer. So I do try and have some new tricks once in a while. Okay, so this one just requested by Checking the Gaff Meter. Alright, here we go. Okay. First of all, I'm going to need to find the aces. So, let's see. Just going to find those here. Alright, there we go. Okay, next. So this is an ace assembly trick. So what we're going to do is try and have all the aces gather in one place. But first what we're going to have to do is lay out a few cards on each one of these piles. So let's do that now. Okay, let's see here. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this ace disappear from here. And we'll even use a magical maneuver. That looked magical, right? That wasn't even... But if I show you, that ace is no longer here. And if I show you, there's no ace in this pile now. And let's see. Let's go ahead and do it this way. So if I go ahead and I tuck this ace here, I'm going to go ahead and show you that it's still here right now. But now it's going to change. It's going to change into some other card. Like this. And if I show you, that ace is gone now too. And one more. Last ace. I'll just do that magical thing one more time. You can see I just threw it. I threw it over there. Because look. And would you believe it? All of the aces have jumps up here. And that is my A performance of McDonald's Aces. Thank you kindly for the request, checking the gaff meter. Thank you kindly for the claps. Tacey, amazing. I just realized I didn't turn off the music during that. Thank you kindly for the claps. Obi-Wan. Oh, thank you kindly for the applause. C1 NRB. And also welcome in. And thank you kindly for the claps and the hats. Checking the gaff meter. Greatly appreciate it. So let's see. Once again, trick queue is open if anybody would like to request any tricks. Feel free, !TL for the trick list, or if you just want to request some magic and you don't know what to request, !random. And there is one thing in the trick list that is not magic, but if that happens to hit, that's okay. We'll do it anyway. Oh, I think we hit the end of the album. All right, cool. Tacey has redeemed clear plastic cards. Oh my god. Tacey, I don't know if you realize these are the clear plastic cards. And if you select a trick on the list that I can do with these, I will. Otherwise we'll do the next one. But I think if you choose a trick that has the impromptu tag, I should be able to do it. So for anybody who has not seen these cards before, the backs basically just have, Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh, sorry, the fabulous Las Vegas. And then the fronts, they all have just the pips and then the thing in the middle. But importantly, you can see through them. So they are basically clear. So we did do one earlier. I believe Charlie's Beats had requested a trick with the requested, what was it called? Family Unit trick, and we did that with these. So, but Tacey, I don't know if you don't know what to pick, let me know, and I will try and find an appropriate one for the clear plastic cards redeem. Hopefully I don't give away any secrets of magic. Let me see how this looks. That did not look great at all. Okay. Alright, let's see. I can choose a trick. Okay, great. Okay, let me see what I can do with clear plastic cards that would be okay. Okay, let's do this. All right. I'm gonna use, let me see, hopefully we'll be able to easily tell. Okay, great. So this trick is called Oil and Water. And I'm just gonna find black face cards and red spot cards, because I don't think you can mix those up, and they appear very clear even with the clearness of it. But so I'm going to go ahead and lay these out over here and these out over here. So the premise of the oil and water plot in Magic, in card Magic, is that we're going to intermix these black and red cards. But they behave as though they are oil and water. And what happens when you try and mix oil and water in real life? Oil rises to the top. Yes, exactly. So they separate. They don't mix very well. So I've turned everything face down. Yep, Obi-Wan says they don't mix. Yeah, oil rises to the top. Exactly. And for anybody who cares, the density of oil is less than the density of water. That's why it raises up to the top. But anyway, so we're going to be intermixing our black and red cards. So here we've got black, red. Okay, and we'll do that again. We have black and red, black, red, black, and red. Now we're just going to collect all of those together just for a second, and we'll just take a peek. So if we take a look, the bottom card is a black card. So in this case, black is water. If we take a peek at the top card, it's red. So it's red oil. But that was all the time that was required for all of the red cards to float up to the top. And all of the black cards have sunken down to the bottom. Unimpressed? That's okay. We'll do it again. Okay, now we'll once again place all of the red cards face down here. I know, first phase, so impressive. Okay, second phase, Tacy, second phase. All right. Tacy says, what? Thank you kindly for the claps. And then, I'm impressed. Oh, that's okay, that's okay. We'll do this again. Hopefully, now you know what to expect. So maybe you can maybe catch me in the act or something. But last time, the thing was, we started with a black card, and maybe that gave me like a slight advantage. So maybe this time, let's go ahead and start with a red card. So this time, I'm going to go ahead and place a red card down first. So red, and then black, and then red, and then black, and then we'll just speed this up. Red, black, red, and black. Now, believe it or not, I'm not going to compress them all together this time. I'm just going to leave them. And actually, we can see the separation happen in real time. And I can end it as a comedy routine right there. But actually, would it be more impressive if I were to show you? So last time, we started with black, and black was water, and that was at the bottom, right? So if we take a look at the bottom now, I'd started with red, right? So this should be a red if logic did, but it was indeed. So black sunk back down to the bottom again. And then if I show you the top one, that's red. And now if we continue, show you this one is black and red and black and red and black and red. And that, my friends, is oil and water. Obi-Wan is impressed too. And Tasty says, no way. And to that I would say, yes way. Thank you kindly for the claps, Tasty. Hopefully I captured the emotion of the what when I said that earlier. Obi-Wan says, I can no longer trust my eyes anymore. I mean, to be fair, like, your eyes should be able to be trusted. It's your brain that can't be trusted. Like the light signals getting through your eyes, that's okay. It's the stuff that's in the middle. That's the parts that tricks you. Thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie's Beats, and the eyes, Obi-Wan. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to... Alright, let's get that started back again. Okay, we've played Oil and Water. Excellent. Sorry, I said played, but I meant performed, which I guess SP. So, yeah, anybody who is a streamer that uses StreamerSonglist will know. Thank you for the trick, says Tacy. You're welcome, no problem. I'm here to entertain and practice my magic skills. Let's see, I'm going to do another trick, and if nobody requests something, I'm going to go ahead and do a boss trick. So let's do that. And if anybody doesn't know what a boss trick is, it is a trick that I have messed up in the past. That, not necessarily messed up like, you know, really bad, but I just wasn't 100% satisfied with how it progressed, so it becomes a boss trick. So there's this one that's kind of bothering me because I'd like to think I'm pretty decent at it. So but I'm gonna do this next one. Okay. And then I have to make sure I set it up perfectly here. Let's do... okay, good. There's only one in the trick list. Okay. Alright. And for anybody who's here and in chat, we're going to encounter a boss. So, thanks for being here, everybody who is here. So this is a trick that I did not do to my satisfaction. And honestly, I didn't really mess it up that badly last time. I was just unhappy because of when I rewatched it, I just hesitated because I didn't do something as quickly as I wanted to. But we're going to do it right this time, hopefully. So this trick is called illogical conclusion. So first things first, we got to jump to the magic view. Okay, here I have 2 piles of 4 cards each. I'm not going to show you the cards that are in this pile quite yet, but I will show you all of the cards in this pile. And the important thing to note right now is that they're all black spot cards. No, sorry, all black face cards. And I just want at the end for everybody to guess what all of the cards in this pile were. If they're also all black face cards, or if they're black spot cards, or if they're red spot cards, or red face cards, or anything like that. And how I'm going to make this a little bit more fair is that I'm going to slowly swap some cards from this pile with that pile, and then we'll count through this pile again. So look, I'm going to go ahead and swap 1 card from this pile with this pile. And then I'll show you all the cards in this pile again. What did we see there? Did we see just black face cards again? Okay, now I'm going to swap 2 cards from this pile to this pile. As clean as can be. 1, 2. And we'll go through this pile again. And what did that appear to be? Mostly black face cards again, right? And now we'll swap 3 cards. And we count through this pile again. And then our last one is just going to be 1 card. 1 card. And we'll go ahead and go through this one more time. Okay, so important question. Were all 8 cards black face cards? Or did you see something else? Ones in chat if you think they were all black face cards. Twos in chat if you think you didn't see anything, but you know that they're different because, haha, it's a magic trick. All right, Tacy says 1, so basically all black face cards. Well, I'll let you know that there were indeed 4 black face cards. For sure, because now I'm showing you these. But these, I don't know if you would have expected this. But these are a little bit different. So these are actually not regular playing cards because they say, hey, I just met you. And this is crazy. So here's my number. So call me maybe. And that, my friends, is an illogical conclusion. You didn't expect this, right? Thank you kindly for the claps and emotes, Tacy and Gibson Lens. Illogical, illogical. Warning, warning, Will Robinson. Obi-Wan says, wait, you can sing! I mean, I like singing karaoke, Obi-Wan, and so I've done some singing in my past. I mean, not like professionally, just for fun. Singing karaoke. I enjoy karaoke. So, yeah, so call me maybe. I'd like to think I can match pitch as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for the call me maybe emotes as well. Yeah, I've tried to match my voice to some things. The problem is I don't know many lyrics to many songs, except for like some of my old favorite songs, like from when I was a kid. But there's some songs that mean a lot that I can probably sing. One of my favorite songs that I used to sing, which my wife tells me I should not sing because I don't sing it very well, but it is my favorite song. And if you didn't know, my favorite song is "Kiss from a Rose" by Seal. That's a long story. We won't get into that story, but for all intents and purposes, it's my favorite song. But yeah, I shouldn't sing that one. But there's a ton of other ones. Apparently, I'm okay at singing some boy band songs, which, from the 90s. So if you're a huge fan of like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, I know a bunch of their old singles because that's also a long story. Maybe not as long, but yeah. That was in a Batman movie, I think. Yes, it was in Batman. I forgot if it was Batman Forever or Batman and Robin. But one of those Batman movies. The Kiss from a Rose was that main song. Okay, let's see. Welcome in, Esron Music. How's it going? Okay. It was Batman Forever and the Never Ending Story 3? What? No way. Okay, so I've seen the first 2 Never Ending Stories. I didn't see the third one, but I didn't think it would have been in there. Exactly one of them movie as to which one, too lazy to Google it. Okay, that's okay. I think the Gibson Lens has the, let me Google that for you. He was actually never necessarily before Batman. What? It was in the movie before Batman. That, okay, okay. I clearly don't know. Okay, let me, I don't have a song singing redeem or anything, but I also don't want to play the music because I don't want to mute. By the way, so I had rated out a couple times to different people that do music, and sometimes they have like real music playing, and then when I uploaded it to YouTube, YouTube would flag it being like, hey, you can't monetize this because there's a copyright claim on this. And I'm like, for what? And I'm like, they caught the last 10 seconds, like it's like near the end of my 2.5 hour to 3 hour stream, and it was like just 10 to 13 seconds of something, and I'm like, damn it! So I have to actually go through the rigmarole of like video editing the long video, which I mean it doesn't take me that much time, but to just process it, I have to re-encode like basically the whole thing. instead of chopping it off, because I found that the software that I have to chop it off is not there. Anyway, long story short, so I re-encode the whole thing and then upload it again. So the song was originally written in 1987. Yeah, I think I had heard that it was written earlier, but then it didn't have a release until later. So. Tasty says, "Really, I must have not seen the Neverending Story 3. I know, right? Like, I mean, seriously, who here has seen Land Before Time 9? Who knew that it even goes up that high? Right, exactly. So, Esram says, yes, Heel is genius. So what I can remember from the beginning, I'm not going to play the music and karaoke it, but there used to be a graying tower alone on the sea. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain. All right, we'll give you a taste of my karaoke singing. My nephew might have seen the Land Before Time. That Land of Before Time. Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. It's crazy how many Land Before Times there are. Waiting on a 2+ hour video to render currently. Yeah, I feel you. Oh man, SROM. Yeah, I totally know. So, if you go back into my YouTube channel before I did sleight of hand magic videos, you'll see kind of what I did before. So I used to do card game and board game tutorials and strategy segments, and then I did some video games, 8-bit video game stuff for a little while. And then I did, you go further back, I used to work at Blockbuster Video, so I have a lot of movie reviews. So if you want to see what I thought about movies like 15 years ago or something, you can go back into the dregs of my YouTube channel and see what I would call now Baby Nom from 15 years ago. You could do a singing stream. Yes, you can. I'm sure I could. I don't particularly want to at the moment, but I also want to like tune up my voice. I'd probably have to actually make it karaoke, but yeah. So anyway, thank you kindly for the compliments. I'm not a singer usually, but I enjoy singing. Let's see. I find what's different in current movies and movies from years ago is the pacing. Oh yeah, for sure. If anybody is a fan of movies and has watched a lot of movies, like basically in the past 30 years, movies have changed quite a bit. If you go back to movies that are like kind of more focused around storytelling, but they don't need to be like what you'll see nowadays is like fast-paced, quick editing, jump cuts, close up to the face. And then back then, you'll have movies even as late as like 30 years ago, but like we're going back to like 50 years ago now, 60 years ago. You're basically see entire panning shots that is like, here's the one scene, and it kind of goes through the whole scene. And there's not that much cutting, and it kind of almost feels like you're like watching something unfold there, as opposed to like watching a movie that's constructed. And it's super. I'm not saying that it's bad. It's just different, and I would urge people to note that difference when they watch older movies and be like, oh, this is so boring. Because I do have some friends that have seen older movies and they're like, can't watch those anymore. And I'm like, So, yeah, Gibson says, definitely, yeah. And Obi-Wan says, I find old movies in slow motion. That's for sure. So, anyway, yeah, I guess the movies that I reviewed on my YouTube channel are not that old, but they sure would hate me. See Eugene, SE Magic Man doing his devil tricks again. I see. Oh yeah, welcome in, see Eugene. Tacey says older movies have beautiful cinematography. Yeah, back then, if you didn't have super special effects or anything, you basically had to make like a great, storytelling, right? So, Obi-Wan says, sorry, I type fast and I don't correct my mistakes before I press enter. Yeah, no worries. Welcome to the internet. Oh yeah, so the trick queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free !TL or !random to randomly put something in the queue. Oh wait, we just beat a boss trick. Sorry, I have to increment my beat boss. All right, so since I've started streaming and I had the boss trick thing, we've defeated 20 boss tricks. So thank you kindly, everybody, for helping with that. Gives me homework and it gives me something to actually do for before my next stream to get better. I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, I used to love movies. I don't really watch many movies now because A, don't have time, and B, I have other time-consuming hobbies, i.e., one of which being sleight of hand magic. Let's see. I've had quite a bit of tea today, but not since stream started, so I need to hydrate. I was fearful that I might have to leave during stream to take a pee break, and I was like, ooh, let me see if I wanted to maybe put up like words on stream to occupy people in chat, but I don't think it's come to that quite yet, so. Lick tea! Oh, man. That's not seriously going to become a thing, right? This tea had been sitting here for a while. It's actually cold tea at this point. It's not even hot tea anymore. Actually, I've been practicing something new. Obi-Wan says, oh, that reminds me to go hydrate myself. Oh, yeah. Hydrate, stretch. Let's see. Are you guys okay with seeing something new? I.e., it's not on the trick list, and the video that I recorded for YouTube hasn't even shown up yet. So it is literally new off the block there. Obi-Wan says, more than okay, great. All right, excellent. So this is, and it's funny because it's called, so we were talking about movies. It's called Monty Python, the trick. And Monty spelled M-O-N-T-E, like the 3-card Monty, but like, so it's called Monty Python. All right, let's see. I've seen today is new to, oh, everything you've seen today is new to you. Oh, great, excellent. Yeah. Show us your sacrilegious wizardry. Great, thank you. Yeah, so the thing with having so I have a trick list of, I would say it's a little bit more than like 50 tricks, I think, in it right now. But the problem is I do somewhere between like 15 to 20 tricks per stream. And so anybody who's watched like maybe 4-ish streams may have seen all of them at some point. But I'm hoping that people will come back to either hang out with me or just see some tricks that sometimes I've modified them like on the fly, or I've done something different. But anyway, so this trick can be done with some borrowed cards, and it just requires a couple of cards that look alike. So in this case, the red queens. Those are not the money cards. The money card here is unusually going to be the 2 of clubs. So the 2 of clubs is going to be our money card. I think some of them will blow my mind even on the 20th time. Oh yeah, and some people just want to watch like the same trick multiple times just to see if they can see anything, or be like, oh my god, how the, just and because I'll do them slightly different most times, we'll see some variation. But okay, so I just want you to ignore the red queens here and then just pay attention to the black 2 here. So the black 2 is basically the money card. And now in a lot of 3-card Monty tricks, what they would do is they would actually move cards around to try and confuse you, right? But what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and just maybe not do as much moving around, okay? So look, I'm just going to go ahead and take the 2 and place it in between the 2 red queens. Where would you say the 2 is? And since I have not done any mixing, hopefully it would be pretty obvious, right? So it should be right here. But if I show you, that's actually a red queen. If you were looking for the black 2, that's actually over here. Now, we're going to do this again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick this here. Once again, black 2 right here in between 2 red queens. Where would you guess it is? I think a lot of people would guess that it's here. And if I show you, this card is actually once again, a red queen. The black 2 is actually right here. So what we're going to do is, one more time, pay attention to where the black 2 is. It's right there. And I'll even show you it's still sticking out in between the 2 red queens. And so what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull the 2 out. And we'll place the queens there. And believe it or not, what you believe to be the black 2, I'm going to go ahead and just split it into the 2 red queens. And because the black 2 is here. And that, my friends, is Monty Python. How's that? Does that look good? Does that look okay? What do you guys think? Yeah? That one's easy enough. I think I can add it to my trick list. I think I've done it enough and I've learned it enough. It's kind of like a medium length trick too, so it's kind of perfect for that. Thank you kindly for the claps, Obi-Wan and Tacy. See, Eugene, this trick actually was the easiest to figure out for me yet. Okay, alright. I see, interesting. I will put it on, and then if maybe I'm handling it wrong or something, but we'll just put it in the queue. And then if it also, in the trick list. If it ends up not being requested that much, then that's fine. Maybe I'll just stop doing it. Okay, so that was this guy. And I'll mark it as done. Okay, and we have another request put in by C. Eugene, and it is Jazz Aces. So let's go ahead and prepare for that. I can prepare for that on camera here. I just need aces and like 4 face cards. So we'll just use the queens because I already had 2 of them together. And we're missing a queen. Oh, I do like jazz. Oh yes. I also like jazz. Okay. Sorry for the abrupt if anybody was jamming. We'll resume it after the trick start. Done. Okay. Alright. Okay. We have 4 queens. And we've got 4 aces. Let's introduce you to the 4 aces. We've got the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, the ace of diamonds, and the ace of spades. Now the ace of spades is what is called and considered the leader ace, and it's the one that's going to go ahead and bring all the aces down here. So now we've got these other cards over here, and they're the 4 queens. But now all I have to do is grab an ace and place it into this pile, like so. And all I have to do is snap, and believe it or not, that ace is not here. It's magically traveled down here. I know, interesting, right? Once again, let's just put some random queen down here, and if I show you all the queens are there, I'm going to go ahead and place the ace in here. Snap, and look, all of the cards are now queens, and the ace has hopped down here. All right, so now we've got 4 queens, and I'm going to place 1 card down here. I'm going to scoop up this last ace, snap, and all 4 of these cards are now the queens because that ace has hopped down here. And that, my friends, is Jazz Aces. Alright, resuming jamming. And C. Eugene says, how in the world? Chris Cox says, magic. That's some high levels jazz. Thank you kindly, greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed that, C. Eugene. All right, trick queue is empty. Trick queue is empty once again, so feel free anybody to request something. Yeah, the one cool thing about keeping the streamer song list is that I enjoy getting the stats on what tricks are performed more often and how frequently. Kind of helps. I can probably tailor some of my things. I do enjoy every trick and feel like a kid every time. Well, that's great. Thank you kindly for the compliments, because yeah, me doing this is not just showing that, like, some people think that card tricks are really tacky, and like I'm trying not to. So like one of the things that, you know, some magicians will do is like ridicule their audience's intelligence, and it's like that's not what I want to do, and that's like not my style. And I think, like, honestly, a lot of magic has moved away from that anyway. So like a lot of new performers and people who do magic now, as opposed to, like, I don't know, 50 years ago or something, you're performing for the wonder of it and the entertainment, and not so much for the, you know, oh hey, I can do this. And there are people who are like that, but that's just not my style, right? Okay, so now we're going to be getting ready to perform Too Many Cards as requested by Chris Cox. Thank you kindly for the random request, Chris. So let me find some cards that we're going to be doing this with. Let's see. C. Eugene says, like, for real, if you would do those tricks in medieval times, you'll be burned already. Actually, believe it or not, magic is one of the oldest professions, and back in medieval times, they had jesters, and some of those jesters knew how to do magic, like sleight of hand magic with cards, cups, and balls, and things like that. So actually, if I was to go back and do card tricks, they would probably recognize that, oh, that's a jester doing magic tricks. Oh, thank you kindly for the follow, Patcat Amber. Thank you kindly. Yay, magic! Excellent. Yeah, I'm glad you were here. Yes. So yeah, I think in medieval times it would be accepted and it would be okay. Especially if it came down to the point where you had to prove it. You could just prove to the king, oh, this is how I did the tricks, and then, you know, you would live. But no, I mean that there's tricks and there is real dark magic. Oh yeah. Real dark magic, yes. Yeah, I don't make any lies here. I don't tell anybody that I've signed a deal with the devil. I don't do sorcery or black magic or anything. I just do sleight of hand and pretty much mostly card magic. So I think there's only like one trick on my trick list that is not card magic. All right. Oh, this song's almost over. We'll give it a few seconds and then we'll pause and then we'll do this trick. All right, cool. Perfect timing. Hey, welcome in, Mary Amber. How's it going? Actually, if we can get a shout out for Mary Amber, musician, and also part of Sideshow Alley. So. See, Eugene says, but we all know that you did had to deal with the devil or something like that. Obi-Wan says, I don't think they would burn you in Asia. Oh yeah, probably not. Okay, so this trick is called too many cards. Okay, so first things first, we've got 5 cards here, and they're the ace through 5. So ace of hearts, 2 of hearts, ace of diamonds, 2 of diamonds, 3 of diamonds, 4 of diamonds, and 5 of diamonds. Okay, so this trick is going to start off similarly with one of the other tricks, so if you guys have been around for a little bit, you'll probably see that it's similar, but it is a little bit different. So first things first, we have the ace. If I go ahead and I place the ace here, it's not on the top, and if I show you, it's not on the bottom. Okay, if I snap my fingers, that ace is actually going to hop back up to the top. I know, super strange, right? Now, if I go ahead and once again I take the ace and place it not on the top, not on the bottom, snap my fingers, I'll show you that the ace is once again back on the top. And you're probably wondering, oh man, that's totally not fair. And to that I would say, you know, you're probably right, because I have 5 cards and you only have 2 eyes. So let me just do you a favor. I'm going to go ahead and remove one of the cards. Okay, so next, we've got the 2. Once again, if I place the 2 into the middle of the packet, it's not on the top, it's not on the bottom. But if I push it in there and I snap, that's actually going to make the 2 hop back up to the top. I know, super weird, super strange. And look, I can do it again. I'm going to go ahead and grab the 2, place it into the middle of the packet, snap, and that's going to make the 2 come back up to the top. And to that you would say, that's not fair. And you know what? You are right, because I have 4 cards and you only have 2 eyes. So let me go ahead and remove another one. Okay, so let me change it up for number 3 for a second. So if I go ahead and I show you that we've got the 3, 4, and the 5. If I take the 3 and I place it in between the 4 and the 5, if I close it up. Now if I were to snap, that would bring it up to the top. So we're not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a shake. And believe it or not, that's actually going to turn the 3 face down. Now if I turn the 4 and the 5 over and I place the 3 in between the 4 and the 5 again, and I go ahead and give that a shake one more time, believe it or not, that's actually going to make the 3 turn back over, like so. And to that, you would probably say, Nom, that's still not fair. And you know what? You're right. I have 3 cards, and you only have 2 eyes. So let me go ahead and take out the 3. Now, we have 2 cards left. We've got the 4 and the 5. Obi-Wan says, you are defying the laws of physics. And I am like, no laws being defied here, buddy. No laws. Okay, so here, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the 4 and place it on the bottom. And all I have to do is snap. And believe it or not, that 4 is actually going to hop back up to the top. I know, right? Super strange. And if I show you, the 5 is still on the bottom. I know, super weird, right? Okay. But what if I was to go ahead and grab the 4, and I'm going to go ahead and place it on the bottom one more time. If I snap, the 4 is going to hop back up to the top. I know, super crazy. And on the bottom, we still have the 5. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the 4, and actually, you know what? To that, at this point, you can't complain, right? You can't be like, there's too many cards. You have 2 eyes. There's only 2 cards left. But you know what? I can. Okay. Let me just do you a favor. Let me just go ahead and I'll grab the 4 and I'll remove it, like so. Okay. So there's only 1 card left. So here's the 5. But all I have to do is wave my hand over it. And so I didn't snap, and to be fair, it would just jump to the top because it's the only card anyway. It's not going to flip over, but waving my hand over it, it's going to change its color. So it's no longer red, it's actually a black 5. And that, my friends, is too many cards. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Chris Cox. Tacey says, no way. Thank you kindly for the claps. Tacey, Chris Cox. Okay. All right. Once again, the trick queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, let's see. I don't know if anybody who hasn't been here before is first-time chatter or is lurkers, but they're interested. Hi, my name is Nam, also known as Crazy Asian with 3 N's on Twitch, and I like to do sleight of hand card magic. I've co-opted a StreamerSonglist to allow people to request tricks, like you would request music in a music stream. So feel free to make any requests. ! TL or the StreamerSonglist commands that you like. SL will also work. And if you just want to request something but you don't know what to request, ! Random, and it'll randomly put a trick into the queue. To be fair, one of them is not magic. There's a ton of tricks that are all magic, except one of them happens to be not magic. So if we hit that one and you wanted magic, we can skip it, or I'll do it later. Or if anybody wants, I mean, if you want to see me solve a Rubik's Cube, that's the only thing that's not magic that's on my trick list, so. So one of the other things I've considered doing, because one of my other older habits, one of my other older hobbies was lockpicking. Is there any interest, so somebody or anybody in chat, is there any interest in having a pick a lock, maybe a redeem, or like maybe just another row in the trick list and be like, pick a lock? I think that'd be cool to see, or nah, because everybody's watched like a lock-picking lawyer on YouTube and seen him pick 50 bajillion locks. It would not be that impressive for me. Oh, I also need to update the number of boss tricks because we did one earlier. So Chris Cox says, I do enjoy a good lockpicking. Obi-Wan, enjoy the lurk. Yeah, so if anybody is unaware, I chose, so if anybody does lurk or unlurk, so in magic terminology, vanish is basically when you make something disappear, so. And then reproduction, if you don't flub it like that. So here's the vanish, and then the reproduction. You make it reappear. So that's the explanation in my for my lurk messages. See, I can do something kind of quick here. Okay, so we've got a red 7 and a black 5. So if we go ahead and leave the 5 down here, right? Black 7, sorry, red 7, black 5. I'm gonna swap them. Did you see that swap? Because if I show you, take a look. There we are. I've been actually trying to figure out. Hey, welcome in Lolo Frosty 21. Oh, were you able to see that one? I'm glad that you saw that one. Welcome in. So I can show you guys another thing that is not really a full-fledged trick. I wanted to work it into something, but so if I show you that we've got a red 8 here, right? And I hope you guys like color changes. Color changes meaning like I change a card to another card. But look, if I go ahead and I just give this a shake, that actually becomes a black 3. Now, some people will say that it's if I had to do that again, it would change directly back into that same 8, but no, I can change it into something else. And of course we can change it one more time, and that would be something else completely. So a lot of people who think they know how to do that trick, this might flub them because I just changed it to 4 different cards versus, you know, just back and forth between the same 2. But yeah, so that is a series of color changes. And if anybody likes watching color changes, we can do a couple more. So actually here's one that I'm working on that I don't even know if it has a name, but this is the 7 of clubs. And if I just go ahead and I leave the 7 of clubs right here, and all I have to do is just wave my hand over it, it becomes the 10 of hearts instead. I know, super weird, right? Lolo Frosty says yes! Welcome in, Lolo Frosty. First of all, Lolo Frosty, how are you? And how did you discover the stream? I show hand empty. I can show this hand empty. And we'll go ahead and change this to 7 of hearts. Also has Rob Kovacs' name. If you guys are familiar, he is one of the collaborators on this album that you're listening to right now, Lo-Fi Super Mario 64, with Save Point and part of Karaga Records. So totally would recommend. Anyway, Trick Queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. I'm good. I see you posted your live stream in Info's server, so I came in to see what happens. Yeah, awesome. So, awesome. Glad you're here, Lolo Frosty. If you are unaware of StreamerSonglist, I've co-opted a StreamerSonglist to allow people to request tricks. You can view my trick list by going to !TL. We can go to that link there. Or if you just want to put a trick into the queue, you just do !random. That'll randomly put one into the queue, like I just did. I'm not going to do that one again because I literally just did that one earlier today, and not even that long ago. So let's do another one. Trading Kings! This one's a good one. Let's do this one. So, let's see here. Trading Kings. Actually, if Lolo Frosty, if you are there, would you like to make a couple of decisions for this trick? It's not going to be hard. You'll just have to decide on 2 suits. Let me know. Sure. Okay, great. Excellent. Okay, so this trick is called Trading Kings. Let's go back to the, there we go. Okay, first things first, we've got 2 piles of 4 cards each, and they are obviously from different decks because, you know, you wouldn't have the different colored ones in the same deck, but 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, whether you believe me or not, they are all kings, but Lolo Frosty, I will need you to select 2 suits. So, and actually make them different colors. So give me 1 red suit. So select either the hearts or the diamonds, and then also select one of the black suits, clubs or spades. Hearts and clubs. Okay, so what I'm now going to do is just snap my fingers over both piles. And what we have here is, would you believe that I've turned face up in each of the piles that respect, so in one of these piles I've turned up the hearts, and in the other ones I've turned up the clubs. So here in this pile, I've turned up the hearts. Would you believe that? Because if I just spread just one finger, it's clear and fair as possible. Here we go. Hearts. Now, over here, clubs, right? Clear, clean and fair as possible. Clubs. I know, super strange, right? But actually, I don't know if that is all that is ready to be shared, because what I'm going to tell you next, Lolo, would you believe that not only did I flip them face up, but would you believe that I swapped the piles? So you notice that this is the blue-backed pile and this is the red-backed pile. Would you believe that this is actually the red-backed card and this is actually a blue-backed card? Would you believe that? Because look, watch, if I go ahead and take this out, this is the red-backed card and this is the blue-backed card. Oh shoot! Okay, and also, Lolo, I don't know if you know, but I had a sense that that's what you were going to say, because not only did I do that, but I kind of lied to you. I did say that they were all kings. There's actually no other kings here, because if I show you and I flip over these cards, there's actually no other cards here. They are all blank. And that, my friends, is Trading Kings. Lolo says, nice! Oh, shoot! Hopefully you enjoyed that. Thank you kindly for the claps, Lolo Frosty, and thank you for the "He's a witch," Chris Cox. Thank you kindly. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps, and Lolo Frosty. He's definitely into that dark magic. Oh no no no! I totally am not. I haven't made any deals with the devil. I don't practice dark magic or black magic or any sort of sorcery. It is just sleight of hand card magic. So that is that. Okay, let's see. How long have we been going for today? Oh, I was making a joke, but yes. No, I know. I just like to say that because there's some people who are like, oh, he's a witch, and then I'm maintaining, you know, and somebody has called me in the past like, that's what a real wizard would say, and I thought that was hilarious, so. Alright, let's say, probably thinking about ending soon, so let's say last call, if anybody, I forget, did I make a last call command? Yes, I did, okay. If anybody wants to request anything, let's do that. If there's nothing in the queue, I'll do like 1 or 2 final tricks. I'll pick a finale regardless of how many get requested, but and then Lolo says, I would go for anything. Okay. Cool. There is another trick that I've been re-practicing, I guess, is maybe the best way to say it. As well. So it's an old trick that I knew how to do, and then I forgot how to do, and then I just relearned it like the other day. It is part of my 100 Tricks in 100 Days project. If anybody wants to see just tons of magic, I literally have tons of magic on my YouTube channel, but I did a specific project earlier this year called the 100 Tricks in 100 Days. So in 100 days, I performed, recorded, and uploaded a trick a day on YouTube. So, I see you, Asian. That's pretty dope. I am half Chinese. Oh, awesome. Yeah, so what's funny about what Infozar calls Magic Twitch is that pretty much all of us who stream like regularly, at least having one Magic stream a week, are all Asian. So it's funny. Yep. Okay, let's see here. Okay. All right, here we go. So, oh, actually, I told myself I was going to turn off the music. And probably for this one, I'll probably want to, because I'm going to try and remember how this is done. Okay, so this is known if you end up wanting to re-watch this, if not in the VOD. I did do a performance of this in my 100 Tricks in 100 Days. It's called OK Monty, which is not technically the official name because I can't find any real credits or anything. But it's going to require the use of just 2 red queens and then a black 2. So, and in this case, you're going to try and keep track of the black 2 because it's not the red queens. Now, sometimes if I just want to mess you guys up, Lolo Frizy says, okay, I think I heard of this, maybe. All right, I'm going to go ahead and place the 2 at the bottom, and sometimes that'll be enough to mess people up. But what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 and place it in between the 2 red queens, like so. And if somebody was to guess, they'd probably guess that it's there. But if I go ahead and I snap my fingers, it's actually going to make the 2 of clubs jump up here. I know, super strange, but look, all I'm going to do now is I'm going to place it in between the 2 red queens, and we're going to push it in. So now, if I go ahead and I snap my fingers, would you believe that it's actually not in between the 2 red queens? It's actually fallen down to the bottom, which was the top of the packet when it was face down. I know, super weird. Okay, and then now what we're going to do is I'm just going to flip this over, and I'm just going to spread these out. And a lot of people would just say, if I don't do anything right now, it should be on the top, right? But if I snap, I'm going to make it not be the top card. It's actually going to be the one that's here. I know, super strange. Now, some people are wondering, hey, how can I do that? And that's probably the big question. And we can kind of give you a visual as to how that's going to happen. So you see the 2 right now is in between the 2 red queens, right? And all I have to do is just give it a shake, or when I do that snap, there's actually a move that it's happening. And if you didn't see, I just shifted it. So it's no longer in the middle. It's actually to the side of the 2 red queens. I know, super strange. Okay, so look, what we've got now is a situation where Chris Cox says smooth. Thank you kindly. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and so here's the 2 red queens and here's the 2 of clubs. And what I'm going to do is so here's the part that I was trying to remember. So this is the reason why I haven't put it back into my list. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab the 2 red queens, place them here, and leave the ace there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and just rub these against each other like that. And I'm going to go ahead and push them through this hand, which is actually acting as a card compression factory. And those 2 red queens have become 1 card. It's now the 2 of clubs. And then this 1 card is now the 2 red queens. Now this is a Monty trick, and sometimes what might happen is that some people might be wise and they might be like, oh, I'm going to end up knowing where the 2 is. And so if I place the 2 here, and I place one of the red queens here, and I place the last red queen here, and if they think they know where it is, I'll just do one final thing. I'll use my hand and I'll wave it over the top. And believe it or not, I can make them believe that there is no 2, because when I show you, these are going to be all 4 queens. And that, my friends, is now 4 queens, no 2s. Okay, Monty. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, I've been re-practicing that one. I was mostly happy with that. I probably want to work on my patter. So if anybody is unfamiliar with how magic tricks are constructed, the words that I say during the trick are basically the patter, or the story that I tell. Yeah, so anyway, thank you kindly for the claps, Chris Cox, and thank you for the dang Lolo. And thank you for the what are those? Disco ball. Yeah. Fever night, fever night, fever. We know how to do it. Alright, I don't see any new requests, so I just did that one, and then I'm going to go ahead and just close the queue now. And then I will add one of my favorite tricks to end with. And we'll do that, and then we'll find somebody to rate out with. Hopefully that's okay. But anyway, thank you kindly for everybody stopping in, interacting with stream. Actually, let me just put this trick in, and then we can properly do everything. So anyway, thanks everybody for being here. If you interacted with stream, if you requested something, if you made a decision, chose a card, gave a suit, gave a number, or something like that. And I always say this, thank you for being here watching, because if you weren't here, I would just be fiddling with cards. It's not really, I'm not doing magic, to myself. I know how it works. So the magic happens in your mind. But I'd also want to thank everybody who followed me today. Thank you, Trestor, for giving me a resub. And we had a bunch of followers as well. Thank you, everybody, for following. And also thank you, everybody who has followed in the past, because you have... Oh, thank you kindly for the follow, Lolo Frosty. Yeah, I recently reached 400 followers, so that was a fun milestone that we could kind of celebrate today. I didn't really do anything special. I just wanted it to be a casual stream. I wasn't prepared to do anything super special, but thank you very much. Checking the Gaff Meter says, fun as always. Yeah, thank you for being here, Checking the Gaff Meter. Also, I'm gonna let's give some mod love to my mod Gibson Lens. Great job as always. If anybody wants to hear great piano music, definitely give Gibson Lens a follow. And oh yes, back from ads. Oh, my apologies for ads. I don't know when they trigger, when they control, and I also don't have a widget that tells me, so I should probably figure that out for future. But anyway, neither here nor there. So that's that. Let's go ahead and do our finale, and then oh, let me get ready for the finale at least as well. Okay, yeah, I keep on forgetting so sometimes after a stream I don't reset things, and I'm like, oh crap, I should probably reset things, because then it'll mess me up on future performances of the trick. But okay, so for anybody who hasn't seen Days before, this is one of my favorites to perform, and the effect I think is just great. So, Lolo says, do you have your finale outfit? I don't know, but if you want me to have a little bit of sass, I can. There's a little bit of sass for you. Okay, let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and yes! Lol. All right. Oh, and also for anybody who is new or hasn't collected that many channel points, I have a bunch of audio alerts, sound alerts as channel point redeems. Feel free to do that. And then also, if you get enough, you can make me change the deck of cards that I'm using for performing a trick. I have things that's like supersize me. I use big cards, tarot cards. I do a trick with tarot cards, Uno cards, Magic the Gathering cards, things like that. I also have a 2,000 point redeem if anyone wants me to read something in the most epic voice I can read. So let me know. Tacy says, sorry, I was lurking for a bit. Yeah, no problem, Tacy. Glad to be able to see the finale. Oh, no problem. And also, if you end up wanting to see anything, you can always watch the VOD. I have a ton of magic tricks on YouTube, so feel free. All right. So for those of you who have not seen this trick, I love it, and for those of you who have, hopefully you still enjoy it. So, all right, here we go. Dazed. I have a packet of a bunch of cards here. So first we've got a 6 of diamonds, and we've got a queen of clubs, and we've got 4 other cards. But when I thumb through these, they look normal from this side. But if I turn them around, they're going to look a little bit abnormal because they are also backs. Well, actually, except for this one weird card right here. This is actually a blank card. And so, but these weird double back cards all have a weird property. And that property is reflection. If I go ahead and I reflect it over this queen, you'll see something strange is occurring because all of the cards in the packet have turned into a queen of clubs. I know, super weird, right? And now we can kind of do a similar thing. If I go ahead and I reflect it over this 6, some people at this point, when they perform the trick, they'll say, hey, look, the 6 has actually jumped up to the top. But actually that's not the case. All of the cards in the stack have turned into 6 of diamonds. I know, that's super weird, right? And then finally we have this strange blank card that we found in there. And actually, if I go ahead and I just turn that over, believe it or not, the entire packet has now changed to be blank. And that is super strange. And now some people wonder, what the backs look like, and I can show you all the backs too. And that, my friends, is my handling and performance of a trick called Dazed. Hopefully you enjoyed. Okay, let's see. Thank you kindly for the emotes and claps. Lolo Frosty, Tacey, Chris Cox. I'm definitely dazed. That was awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that. So I really liked that one. When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh my god, how does that work? That's amazing!" And then when I discovered how it actually works, and I'm like, "Wow, that's super!" So the way that this trick is done is clever. Like it is, like there's some other tricks that are similar that don't do as clever a thing. And I was like, "Wow, this is very like creative in how this is done." So I was like, "This one's cool." Thank you kindly for the claps, Gibson Lens. And Lolo Frosty says, here's an interesting fact about me. I recently graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Arts Management and Entrepreneurship and minored in theater. Performance. Excellent. Cool. Well, congratulations on the recent graduation. Awesome. So hopefully you have great jobs lined up and that everything is going to go well for you. Let's see. I have a bachelor's of science in computer science from almost 15 years ago. So that's yeah. All right, let's see who is on. Let's see who we can raid. And then, yeah, thank you for the emotes, Lolo. All right, let's see. So let's see. A lot of the people that I tend to raid are streamer friends, musicians. Wait, is Hawk6 Phoenix on? Hawk6 is on. Let's see, when was the last time I raided Hawk6 Phoenix, or have I never? I've never raided Hawk6 Phoenix. Alright guys, we're going to be raiding Hawk6 Phoenix. If you enjoy piano, Hawk6 Phoenix plays a lot of anime and VGM, basically a lot of nerdy, geeky songs on piano. So, and also, yeah, he doesn't normally stream on Sundays. And also, if you're interested, he also does programming streams, which is of slight interest to me because, you know, being in computer science and I have a software engineering job. So, all right. So if anybody would like to join the raid, please copy one of the raid calls. And let's get this party started. Oh, and let's start the raid. Hawk6 Phoenix. Thanks for bringing that to my attention, Gibson Lens. I was scrolling up and down the list. I'm like, oh, who do I raid? I'm like, so. But anyway, hopefully everybody has had a glorious weekend and enjoyed whatever parts of the stream you were able to enjoy. Thank you kindly for being here. I appreciate everybody. Thank you very much. And you have a glorious day. Thank you very much. Bye.
Well, crazy Asian. Thank you for the raid.